talking about that, talking about how blessed we are as immigrants, bro. Because a lot of times people might forget that we're immigrants, and we like to remind people.
A lot of times, there's a lot of people that I see that forgot that they're immigrants.
There's a lot of people that forget that they're immigrants, but they're on the wrong team. But sometimes like people that talk to us, I'll talk to people, and then people be like, "Oh, tú naciste aquí, ¿verdad?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro, yo nací en Mexico, like I'm
you like to get real Mexican. No, yo crucé la frontera, güey, como tú, güey. Somos iguales, carnal.
No. Some people try to say, I came from the hood just like you, man. I came from the gutter just like you.
I know the struggle, baby.
No, yo cuando crucé la frontera, nah. But we ain't, we don't be comparing the who had it the worst, But sometimes people forget, because sometimes we have an accent and sometimes we don't have an accent. There's people that say we don't have an accent, and then there's motherfuckers that say we do have an accent. You know what I mean?
Say Walmart.
Walmart.
You had to think about that. That pause was too long. I'm like, did this motherfucker catch the softball or what?
That's how much I don't say it like that. That's how much I don't say it like that. But anyways, we're immigrants, so obviously the stuff that's happening right now in the community, it hits close to home, because we were those people that were scared for their life, they were scared for their families' lives, they're scared of our families getting separated. Like, we know that fear.
And thank God we never. Our dad went through it. Our dad, got deported. I just didn't know that was something we need to share out here, because
it's in the files, man.
Trump be trying to get everybody, PM. What's it called? We had that fear. Excuse me.
Pero no llores,
no. Permiso de llorar, soldado. I just had this burp stuck in my throat. Anyways. We had that fear that we never actually had to live it out. You know what I mean? Like that whole getting snatched out of school or your brother got snatched up, your brother, your sister, your mom, we got to live that when we were kids, and that was through my dad, and we were still young enough to not fully get told the real story.
Yeah. No, and then but still as adults, like, getting our socials and everything like scanned or whatever, or ran or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's another little trauma we deal with, right? Damn, like they're gonna find out and I'm gonna lose my job. Then how am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna help my parents? But then, our parents didn't have legal status at that moment, or none of us did, so it was always like, what if they get my parents? Mm-hmm. What if they get, so we know that fear, and that's why we've been, fighting against, all this discrimination, all this, we've been fighting for immigration reform since, since we can remember, since Obama was in office. Yeah. And, sometimes we share stuff on social media. Sometimes we, obviously we talk shit about Trump because that's the motherfucker that's causing all this shit right now to our community. And then people are like, yeah, but where were you guys why weren't you guys talking shit about Obama when he was deporting people? Like, motherfucker, I was like 16 years old and I didn't know shit about politics. Yeah. We were still out there protesting. Even when Obama was in office, we were out there protesting about the immigration rate. So
and at those times, we didn't know if Obama was Republican or Democrat. You know what I mean?
That's fact.
That's how much we didn't
know about politics.
Our parents didn't talk to us about politics. It wasn't even that popular for now. I'm sure any age group from like 10, 12 up, they know what's going on in the politic world, because it's just, the main thing everywhere, dude. Yeah. You can't turn a TV on without seeing politics in the mix.
I mean, the division is a lot more obvious. It's a lot more deeper, so that's why, people know more about it, because there's a big division between
and social media y todo ese pedo, way. But again, we were protesting when Obama was in there because he was also deported, and we wanted to get the DACA shit, passed.
We wanted the Dreamers, the Dream Act, right? that didn't happen, and then DACA happened, you know.
Okay.
And then yeah, so ever since we can remember, we were out there protesting. We've always been against it, and till this day we're still fighting against it, you know. Like we see what's happening in the major cities, like from what we hear, like Trump and the Trump administration is upset because they're not getting as many people deported as they want to. They wanted to, right? So they're like ramping up or amping up like the raids that are happening.
Yeah.
So now they're like showing up at construction sites. They're showing up at like Home Depot now. They're showing up at people's court hearings. It's like how fucked up is that way? Like you're doing it the right way, the way everyone says do it, right? And then you go to court, and normally from what I hear is like they either like extend your court because of this, or they're your case is still pending or whatever. And then you know usually people have like a work visa during these moments, and then they go on with their lives, and then they continue this court proceedings, and people are kind of used to these, so they like drop their kids off at school and then they go to court. But now what's happening is they're arresting them as soon as they walk out of the court, out of the court office or whatever, and or the courtroom. And bro, the videos of these moms, bro, the mothers that are screaming and crying, that is like, yo, my kids are in school. Who's gonna pick up my kids? Who's gonna take care of my kids? Like, please let me go. Like, bro, like, how can they treat humans like that way? How can they treat people like that way?
Like straight up criminals way. Like straight up like, serious criminals way, that we've seen people that have done mass shootings that get even treated better than that shit way.
And it's like, but like these ICE agents, bro, like what made you be this cold way? What made you be this heartless that you can be participating in this shit, bro? Like how much do they gotta pay? How much are they paying you to do this, bro?
Well, there's a mixture of a lot way. I won't say everybody way, but it's been said that a lot of these people are racist motherfuckers way. You know what I mean? So they enjoy this shit way.
But there's a lot of Latinos.
There's a lot of Latinos too way, but there's a lot of self-hating Latinos way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that difficult way. You can still be a fucking man and do your job and tell your partner, hey, you don't got to grab them like that. We got them apprehended already. Let's walk them to the van or to the truck and put them in. You don't got to humiliate these people, and you don't got to assault them like they're dangerous way.
I think from what I hear is like they're getting bonuses for the more people they get, the more money they're getting paid way.
And there's so many groups where you got the fucking military showing up,
bro. Like
you got this other department, HSI. What is that?
That's like Homeland Security,
some shit. Right. And then they got ICE, and then they got this. I seen this video on TikTok way, and I haven't dug into it too much way, but there's like a term that you can be a deputized citizen. You know what I mean?
They're like bounty hunters. Way.
They're like bounty hunters. You just go in there and you apply, and they give you the badge, and boom, you can join the squad.
Well, I seen this video where this bounty hunter, he went to the city council. I forgot what state this was in, but he was basically telling the city council, there was like they were all lined up, like 10 of them. He was saying like, yo, immigration is offering us $1,000 per illegal. Like, what are you guys gonna do about that? How are you guys gonna combat that? Because if you guys like, how much are you guys willing to pay us not to get to like grab illegal undocumented people? And then the people are like, well, what are you trying to bargain with us? Are you trying to like, basically negotiate with him? He's like, well, I mean, if you guys don't pay us more, if you guys don't pay people more, you're gonna have bounty hunters that are gonna be going after all these people.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what we're seeing with it. A lot of these motherfuckers they don't even look fit. They don't look fit. They don't even look like, I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't want to judge people, but some motherfuckers they look like sloppy, dirty, fat motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, it's a damn shame that your lazy, sloppy ass is affecting families like this. You're destroying families.
It takes no skills to do what the fuck you're doing, way. All you're doing is surprising people at their workplaces, with 100 other people, way. So you ain't no fucking tough guy. You got this badge, motherfuckers showing up with big ass guns, way, with their hands on the fucking trigger, almost, way.
It's like, yeah, bro. I don't know how it got to this point, way. You know what I mean? And
dude, they're pulling out guns on protesters like it ain't nothing, way.
Shooting like the tear gas,
the tear gases, fucking war vehicles, fucking a bunch of trucks, a bunch of other what do you call those, like
those Hummer vehicles?
Yeah, all that shit, way. Like,
and then we seen that like the director of ICE, right? He had like, there was like a press conference, and he walks in all hyped up, like, oh, I'm gonna talk about the mask, all right?
Yeah.
The reason why my guys are wearing masks is because the people are getting videos and pictures of them and posting them online, and they're getting death threats, and their kids are getting death threats, and I'm not gonna let them put their families at risk because of this and that. And I'm like, you motherfuckers like are so fucking like big ass hypocrites, bro. Like, you're over here acting like you care about families and the children and this and that. While you're ripping Latino families apart, way.
Yeah.
You're leaving kids at school with no one to pick them up. You're leaving kids at home with no one that no one's gonna come home to, way.
You're taking half of the breadwinner away. You know what I mean? So what's gonna happen? Are people gonna lose their houses? Are people gonna lose their apartments, their vehicles? You know, all this stuff that you needed your partner to be able to help out pay for. Everything's you're in risk to lose it all, way, because these motherfuckers ain't even giving nobody no opportunities, way. Like, just years ago, if you get arrested by ICE, bro, you can get a lawyer, you could get a bond, and then you can go through a process of possibly fixing, or they're going to give you an exit date, where at least you can fix your stuff, and then you can...
Like, you grab a lawyer at that moment, and we've heard that at that moment is where things can happen, right?
But dude, when they're doing thousands of people a day, way, how can the courts even keep up? But
what I'm hearing, way, because this is all heavy in my algorithm right now. What ICE is doing right now, bro, they're transferring people so much to prevent the communication, way.
Yeah.
They're transferring people from, like, let's say you got arrested in Minnesota. They're going to transfer you to Kansas. And in 3 days, they'll transfer you to Louisiana. And then they'll transfer you to Texas. Like, they keep people moving so much like that. That way, it's hard for people to get track of where their family's at. It's hard for a lawyer to find out what's going on and get a case working for you. And by the time that they find out where you're at, it's already too late. You're already on your way out.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy, way. That's how my algorithm is también, way. And what we got surprised, what was it, Tuesday, when they showed up to Minneapolis?
Yeah, way. They showed up in Minneapolis, and like, it was all over our social media, right here in, like, on Facebook, right? It was on Facebook because it's local, right? And they're at this Mexican restaurant called Las Milpas.
Las Cuatro Milpas.
Cuatro Milpas, which is, it's on Lake Street, which, for people that don't know Minneapolis, Lake Street is like, it's the main street. It's like the heart of the Latino community, basically.
That's like
where it's like Southside Minneapolis, and that's where like the Latinos are at. That's where the Mexicans are at. Lake Street, that's where you're gonna find all your Mexican stores, your Mexican restaurants, Mexican shops, because there's a big Mexican community in Southside Minneapolis. And again, we see the same soldiers that we're seeing everywhere, right? So people are like, the officials are saying, like, why is the city overreacting? Like, they're going to this restaurant because this restaurant's under investigation for, like, money laundering and fraud, right? Or something like that.
Or human trafficking or some shit.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what are the people supposed to think when you guys show up? Like, normally the FBI don't show up like that. They show up with their little black jackets that say FBI in the back, and you go handle your business. You don't show up with all these like military vehicles and these military dudes with the same departments, with the HSI, the ICE, there's another one, I don't even know what it is. And it's like, bro, I do gotta say, I'm proud of Minneapolis, way.
Yeah, me too,
like,
bro.
Shout out to all the white allies, the black allies, all the allies, bro, because it was all types of people out there, bro.
They were like the majority, way. I'm just going off from the videos. I know there was raza there too, way. But the güeros got the word first, way, and they they must have punched out on their computer.
They were on Reddit.
Yeah, I seen it. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked a dude that was out in Güero, he was pissed, you know. Somebody was like, how do you hear about that? This was going on? It's like, I seen it on Reddit.
Yeah.
And we're like, how do you get it on Reddit? You know what I mean? Like, how do you get the word so quick? Like, well, the allies, bro, the community that's against like all these mass deportations way, they communicated quickly and hit the spot quick way.
Bro, they was out there protesting. They were blocking the way from the all those agents or all those officers trying to get in and out of those businesses and the streets. They were following them. They were throwing things at them, bro. Like
pushing them.
Yeah, like and then the sheriffs and them or what? Yeah, because there was sheriffs there too.
There were sheriffs too.
They started like roughing up the protesters and shit, bro,
and spraying them with fucking big ass tear gas and shit.
So I seen that, bro, and I'm like, man, I'm proud of Minneapolis, bro, because people came out.
Yeah.
And that's like that like we mentioned, that South Side is like the heart of the Latino community. Yeah. So for people to come out like that and fight for their brown brothers and sisters way, like that shows a lot, man.
It's crazy, bro, because 20 years ago way, you know, given a little bit of history on Lake Street way, Mexican gangs were terrorizing that motherfucker way. You know what I'm saying? Like Lake Street and neighboring streets and neighborhoods there, shit was crazy way. You know what I mean? So it's dope to see that the allies way, they didn't let, maybe a lot of them are new, maybe a lot of them are old way, but they didn't let that affect their view on like immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Like some people could have seen that back in the day and be like, fuck them. All they're doing over here is creating gangs and violence and killing people and doing drive-bys. Yeah. That's what it was 20 years ago. But it's not like that anymore way, but I'm glad to see that they don't have those bad feelings towards Latinos way.
Because in reality way, it's not even the young gang members that we see are getting arrested. It's not gang members that we see are getting arrested and taken away. We see hardworking people getting taken away. We see dads, we see moms, we see hardworking adults that they're getting arrested while they're at work. You know what I mean? So all that extra stuff, I think people just know that they gotta separate like the young kids doing their bullshit with adults trying to raise families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, man, shout out to everyone in Minneapolis that came out and stood and protested against all them agencies that came, supposedly to target that restaurant, but you never know. They could have wanted to arrest other people while they were at it, but I think the community really helped stop that.
They could just be testing the waters two-way. You know what I mean? Now, next time they come, they might have to double up or triple up the amount of soldiers that they brought away, because Minneapolis is not new to riots and to protesting and people standing their ground way. Yeah. So
quit painting all the bad things about Minneapolis, bro.
I'm not painting the bad thing. I'm just speaking the truth way. Like just a few years ago, they were burning the whole city down. You know what I'm saying? So
these are weird. Let me remind you of all the bad things.
No, I'm just keeping it real way, you know. But like I said, it's still dope for people to not have those negative views on immigrants way, because those are the neighbors way. Those are the hardworking people that are getting the jobs done way. Whether it's in that community itself, Lake Street, so much raza works their way. And how terrorized were people when they seen ICE, military, HSI, and all these other people? You can imagine some people was running out back doors of restaurants and stores and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, so but that was dope that Minneapolis showed that they're not standing for that. They're not having that. And yeah, I mean, that I think people should still be prepared, because like we're seeing, all major cities are getting hit, and people might think when they think of Minneapolis and St. Paul that we're like a small cities, but we're pretty big city, man.
We got a lot of Latino communities out here, right. a lot of raza way, period. But just like happened to Minneapolis, it's happening to Chicago, happening
LA's
LA
getting it big time right now.
Oh yeah, they did LA big.
I wonder how all them cholos for Trump is feeling right now.
Right.
They ain't, y'all don't run your streets, man. You guys don't run the streets.
They didn't check in with the OGs cholos for Trump.
They didn't check in with the OGs they didn't check in, bro. They just
how did they get through?
They run that hood, bro.
Damn way. But also I've been seeing the videos on LA way. A lot of raza way. You could see a lot of raza pulled up. You could tell who has papeles way. Whoever's standing around talking their shit, they got the papeles way. We got to speak up for the people that can't be there.
How dumb was Latinos for Trump, or I should say Chicanos for Trump? How dumb must they be feeling right now, bro? Walking out their front streets, or they're in their city, they're all getting targeted and racially profiled and discriminated. Like your nopal looking ass is gonna be walking down the street. It don't matter who you voted for, they're still gonna question your ass. And I swear, bro, I hope I see some of these motherfuckers get roughed up and be like, yo, I voted for that motherfucker. I'm a US citizen. I'm
one of you, man.
I can't wait till I see one of those videos where they're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's crazy because I keep little mental tabs because I see shit and I see certain people that obviously are MAGA supporters and shit. But now a lot of people are acting surprised that raza's getting deported away. That raza are the main targets for these deportations. That all these hard workers at your construction sites, restaurants, stores, warehouses are getting deported. Like, it makes me think that they're not so intelligent as people think that they are away when they turn around and say, this is not what Trump promised us. Yeah. Like, what? Do you not have any common sense, my brother?
Right. Nah, they don't.
I see males, I see females, I see, again, vatos and girls that now they're acting surprised. Yeah. It wasn't supposed to go down like this. Like, bro, there's some people that are not surprised. Snow the product is not surprised that this is going down. Yeah. She and ourselves, we're not surprised this shit's going down. You got other people like other influencers, man. I'll give them like shout outs to that Carlos Espina. Some other chick, Nessa. She does a lot of TikToks, and some other girl named like Francisca or Francesca or some shit.
I think it's Fernanda.
Oh, Fernanda, you're right.
I think her and Nessa are beefing.
I think they are. Way
we ain't gonna get into the cheese.
We're not, man. But shout out to both of them, way, because
they're both dope creators.
They use their platforms, way, to highlight shit. You know what I mean? Can sometimes we be going through the same things in our communities that content gets, like, we talk about the same thing, it could be, way, but hopefully they still keep doing their thing and they don't stop highlighting for raza that needs the word out their way, the information, and all those viral videos that need to go out. But I still see videos, way, of dumb motherfuckers, way, ignorant motherfuckers that they'll be like, this is what I voted for. Yeah. All right, this is now my tax money is finally getting used.
I seen this one video, bro. I'm sure you've seen this guy. He's like one of those like financial motivational people that is like, get off your ass and go do it. He wears like a black hat. He's kind of a swole motherfucker too, though. And then he's always like supposedly motivating people to get up and do something with their life and do this and that. Bro, I used to watch his videos. I used to, like, when they pop up, right?
Mm-hmm. Did he motivate you?
Just this week, way. He made a video of talking about how they need to start deporting more people. Like, yo, I voted for people to get deported, and I'm not seeing enough people getting deported. Like, people need to step it up, and I want to start seeing real numbers. And I'm like, you bitch ass motherfucker, bro. His tagline is like, it's like something mindset, like
bitch ass mindset.
No way. It's like something like a positive, like something positive mindset, like abundant mindset, or like motivational. I don't know, something where your mindset is set like with no limits, right? So I'm like, you motherfucker, you got having scarcity mindset in reality way. If you're thinking and undocumented people are affecting your life way, like bro, you are completely lost way. A lot of these people are lost way. Like I swear way, like I see people, and I don't like to compare myself because I never compare myself like I'm better than anybody way, but I'll see people and beat up cars way, looking like they've done a lot of bad choices in their life, personally,
including
like,
their votes,
including everything about them, and they're over, and they got a Trump flag in the back, or they got a Trump sticker in the back. I'm like you motherfuckers think that like people deporting all these undocumented people, you guys are somehow
gonna benefit somehow,
gonna get out of this financial situation that you're in. Like, no, you guys did a lot of bad decisions, and that ain't gonna change. Like I was listening to this one clip of Bill Burr. He was saying like, you guys, like he said, like you guys think when all these undocumented people get deported, you think that all these big corporations are automatically gonna be like, oh, well, we don't got all the undocumented people no more. Why don't we just give all the Americans a raise now? He's like, you think that that's gonna happen? No. You dumb motherfuckers, bro. Like, what kind of shit are you guys thinking, way?
I rock with Bill Burr también, way. Again, way, from the previous job that I was at, way, there's almost full of Trump supporters, right? I bet you that they're all still in the same positions that they are, way. Like Latinos did not affect their life period way because there was only 3 or 4 Hispanics in the whole building way.
Yeah.
Everybody else was white or Asian. You know what I'm saying? Like Latinos or undocumented immigrants are not affecting your life at no level. Right now, as they're getting deported, you're still going to work at your position. And when the raise period comes, you're still going to get your 50 cents, 70 cents if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to change. Like when people say like, this is where my tax money is going to, like, okay, wouldn't you want to pay lesser taxes? You know, shouldn't you be fighting for more money to be staying with you? You know, instead of like, oh, now my money's going to work and kicking all these people out. You're still broke, motherfucker.
Like, where was it going in before? Like either way, it's going somewhere.
It's not going to you.
Right. No, and then like I think this week was like the first time where we start seeing them going to job sites like they are, bro. Like they're going to construction sites, bro, and they're like grabbing like 50 plus people away. Like,
no, there was this place in, what was it, Memphis or Tennessee or some shit like that?
Yeah.
They grabbed 100 motherfuckers away.
So it's like, and this is the crazy part way, right? The whole thing was like, we're gonna get criminals and violent offenders, we're gonna deport them, right? Yeah. But why is it that they're showing up to job sites and courts to find people, and schools? Like they're showing up to all the places where criminals wouldn't be at.
Yeah. And I've seen that they're doing some nightclubs now too, ways. You know what I mean? So
shit, bro.
There's a lot of raza that, like we talk about Lake Street in Minneapolis. I'm sure Cali's going through certain shit. Chicago's going through it because I've seen a clip on it. Those main streets where there's like Mexican restaurants or raza, Latino restaurants or stores or communities, bro, it's very empty these days, way.
Yeah, financially, that is going to affect the economy, bro. And I do want to talk a little bit about that, but before I forget, I do want to say that one of the contractors or like the head, I don't know, one of those head guys, right, that runs like a job site at one of these construction sites, right? He made this post, right? He was like I voted for Trump, but I did not vote for this. Like I am not okay with this. Like Trump, you're getting a lot of hardworking men, a lot of family men, and this and that. Like you said, you were going to go after the criminals. Like why are you going after these hard workers? It's like, first of all, like he's a white dude, so it's like I give him a pass to be kind of
that naive and pendejo.
Yeah, that kind of pendejo towards the situation because they don't know any better, right? They still a lot of güeros still think that you can just walk into the Social Security office and be like, "Hey, I'm Mexican. I was born in Mexico, but can I fill out an application and you give me a Social Security number?"
Doing it the right way is just like stepping into the Social Security office and
like getting an ID or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, a lot of these people that voted that way are now getting surprised, right? But it's like the way it's gonna affect like job sites, bro. Like they're saying that there's a shortage in housing, way. Like, how is this good? How is this benefiting anyone? You're slowing down the houses getting built, like condos getting built. Like we already know, bro. Like when you see Latinos at a job site, you know that shit's getting built quickly, way.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. There was some new townhomes being built by my house, bro. Weddle workers way. Wait, that shit took like a year way to build way. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, if these would have been Mexicans here, bro, this shit would have been built in like 3 months way. I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, damn, like you guys don't know how much money you guys missed out on by not just hiring Mexicans. You guys could have got these rented out or sold a lot quicker, man.
The quotes is different when your team is either raza or güeros way.
Yeah.
You gotta give the customer a higher quote when you got a team full of güeros way. You know what I mean?
That's true too.
They work a little slower and they take their time. You know, not because they can't work any faster.
Oh,
It's because why? You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna get paid the same whether we finish it. I'm gonna get paid the same whether I work my ass off these 10 hours or whether I just work 80%, 70%.
right,
You know,
right? No, man, and I mean, there's a few changes in the culture way. Like we were just at the boat launch last weekend, right? And we were talking to this older Caucasian man that he grew up on this lake, which is Lake Minnetonka, like the biggest lake in the Twin City area. You know, we always mention it. If people like are Prince fans, Prince had one of his popular videos. He had that lake in the background. But anyways, what did that dude say to you, bro, when we were talking to him?
because we were chopping it up with him way, and I don't know where we're just talking the way we're talking, right? But he's all like, "Hey, I hear an accent out of you guys. Is that an accent?"
And that threw me off because I'm like, wait, how are you really hearing an accent, or do you like make an excuse to kind of just ask where we're from?
Una entrada to that conversation, right? And I'm like, well, we are Mexican.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, oh, I was like, yeah, we're Mexican Americans. And then he's like, oh, okay, I'm glad you threw in the second part there, American. I'm like, well, yeah, we're Mexicans, but we're Mexican Americans. We're citizens.
Yeah, no, but he's all like, when you said that, he's like, oh, I'm glad you threw in that second part, especially how things are right now in this country. And then you said the rest, and then we're just like, you know, we kind of all laughed it off, and it was kind of like it just makes you. It made us understand, like, oh, you guys do know what's going on. You guys do see what's happening.
Yeah. You guys do understand that just by us being Latinos, we should have some kind of idea and worry of how we're being looked at. Yeah. We're targeted
like,
right
be
now.
careful right now. Basically saying, like, I'm glad you added that second part, especially now I have an accent right now. Like, I'm glad you added the second part, especially in this time. Is basically saying, like, be careful. Don't just say that. Say Mexican American, just so you can not have any issues out here. You know what I mean?
And Minnetonka is a place where I can't compare to other cities, but if you just think of like the wealthy side of the city or town that you live at, that's like Minnetonka. So you could tell when we were having a conversation with him, like other güeros, they see how we're getting along, and it's still not a natural thing for a lot of people, that they're kind of like, that's kind of cool how they're just like hanging out, and the dude gives us a beer. He's like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, like it's so not normalized for us to be like socializing like that, especially maybe because it's that area that people still see it like, that's kind of cool how those Latino guys are like just hanging out, chatting it up with the older white guy, you know? It's a thing.
And at this lake, you know, there's a lot of heavy support for Trump, you know, like
big time.
There's people that are out there waving Trump flags, you know what I mean? And we gotta, we gotta be mature about our shit, you know. So we out there, and it's not like gonna be like, "Yo, fuck Trump, motherfuckers," you know. We gotta, you know, we.
You've been that way before, player. Not on the clock though.
Not while I'm representing my business, you know. I won't even be wearing my business gear, so I don't be caught on one of those videos like, "Let's find this fella."
Damn.
No way, but yeah, I mean, I have like if I'm on the high, like if I'm on the if I'm on the road, I will be like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Yeah.
But not while we're working, man. And I'll just ignore these motherfuckers, bro, because the best way to handle a situation like that is to ignore these motherfuckers, bro, because
They want that.
begging. They're just begging for attention, bro. I was at the launch today, and this is how mature I am now. It still kind of gets my blood boiling a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is how mature I am now, right? So I'm at the boat launch, and our boat's coming in, you know, the rental time's done. And then there's these young dudes, right? They're, like I said, like early 20s or so. And they're like, they hang out right in front of all the docks, right? Where all the boats are coming in and where everyone's unloading and loading their boats. And they want to be right there in front of everyone because they want everyone to see, right? So they're kind of floating in the front, and then they're setting up their Trump flags, right? And then, bro, like I'm wearing sunglasses, but motherfuckers think that sometimes people think that just because you got sunglasses on, you can't see them looking at you. Way I don't know why it is, right?
No, I seen
but
that.
I'm standing there like I'm acting like I'm just looking at the beautiful lake with the sun coming down.
Now you're looking at that beautiful flag.
And then, but like at the corner of my eye, I'm just kind of paying attention because I'm like, I know these motherfuckers are looking at me because obviously I'm not white. Obviously they know we're Mexican, or Latino. They know we're some type of Latino, and bro, I see a couple of those widows just looking at me to see if they see a reaction, bro. But I'm not gonna give them that benefit, bro. Like you just ignore them, bro, and there's like that. That's the best way to handle it because they hate that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to say something, then they're gonna that's the shit that they're gonna like live off of for the rest of the day. Like, oh, you should have seen this Mexican guy. He was all upset about us waving his flag. You know this and that. You know, so
he got his panties all twisted.
So it's like I just ignore it. I'm like, fuck you, right? But this is where my maturity is even at a whole nother level, bro. Our renter that's coming in with our boat, he fucking like looks at them and he just gives them a thumbs up, bro. And I'm just like, this motherfucker, bro. And then the boat's coming in, bro. And I gotta act like I just didn't see this whole thing, bro. Like I didn't see you giving a thumbs up of support of all this. And I just gotta act fucking natural, right? So hey guys, how was the ride? How was the time? You guys have a good time? Blah blah. Deep inside, I'm like, you dumbass motherfucker, bro.
Get your bitch ass off my boat.
Yeah, like, get your bitch ass off my boat, man.
No, but
we gotta be grown up and mature about our shit. You know what I mean? And like I keep it neutral at that sense. But if someone was to ask me, like anything political, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not down with that party, but you know what? I don't want to talk about that stuff. You know, I don't like talking about politics.
Yeah.
Or flat out just say I don't talk politics. You know, because it's like it's never going to be a good thing. You know, if you support Trump and you're going to ask me like if we get into it, it's not going to be a good conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
you know, and these times, man, it's different than when Biden was in. You know what I mean? It was still. A lot of those people were still doing the same shit, but they just didn't have their guy. You know, it's like somebody wins the Super Bowl. That team gets to live it out that whole year. Like, we're the champions, you know? Well, right now Republicans are living it up like our guys in, we won.
But everything spikes, everything spikes. Like, look at all these hate groups, bro.
Oh yeah.
Look at look at these hate groups. I don't know what it is with U-Haul, way. I don't know what it is with the fucking U-Haul trucks, way. But they rent fucking U-Haul trucks and they pack them up with these fucking white supremacists, way. Like fucking, like they pack them up like sardines, way. And they ride around and they fucking terrorize a whole community, way. And it's like the police shows up, way,
and helps
them safely exit.
Yeah.
And then not only that way, but you let people load onto the back of a fucking U-Haul truck, like. No seat belts. Yeah. No, there's obviously that's not safe. That's basically a a gang or a fucking terrorist group that you're just assisting on escaping the community from like protesting against them or whooping their ass. You as the police should be like, yo, like you guys ain't going nowhere. We're giving you all tickets for doing all this type of shit.
Yeah.
Jumping in the back of these trucks. That's not legal, right?
That is what you call white privilege, way. Like a lot of güeros that don't believe in white privilege. It's like we have so many examples of white privilege, way. Even our own allies that were protesting in Minneapolis this week, they were pushing like military dudes, way, and even some sheriffs, way, and they didn't get like slammed and cuffed and thrown in a truck, way. They just got pushed back, way. I was like, fuck, I would love to push one of these motherfucking sheriffs, like, fuck you, bitch, boom. But then I get shot,
Today, a Hispanic man has passed away. He did the unthinkable.
Who
Who the fuck did he think he was?
A white man? Oh boy, come on now. Those TikTok videos where it's like some black dude sees like some güero doing some shit and he gets away with it or something. And as soon as he does it, boom, he's in heaven. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. No, that's true.
We gotta know
white privilege is real. Like, imagine fucking, I don't know, 5 of those U-Haul trucks getting filled with black dudes, militarized black dudes.
Yeah.
They would have had a whole fucking SWAT team on them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the
guns drawn.
Exactly. Imagine a group of 5 of those trucks filled with Mexicans or Latinos, militarized, masked up Latinos, bro.
Yeah.
SWAT team would have fucking rolled up on them,
and the government would have got involved.
And the community would have been outraged, like at the fucking city hall or whatever, the town hall, saying, "How dare you let these people roam our streets?"
Yeah.
But it's like these white guys, they do it, and there's outrage for a few days, and then it's all forgotten, bro.
But check this out: the government doesn't even get involved, because we have rights in this country, way. We have freedom of speech, freedom of beliefs, y todo ese pedo, way. But hate groups, way, you know what I mean? And we're not gonna go too deep into that, but let's just touch the surface. Like, who destroyed the Black Panther Party, way? The government did. CIA. Who destroyed the brown berets, way? The city officials, the police, the government.
There was a movie we watched on that. What was it? Walkout, where it showed how
they got a fucking undercover like police officer or CIA dude that infiltrated, and then people were going in to do years in prison, way, when they were not even like all they were doing, way, is building a party to protect and ¿cómo se dice? I can't even think of the word, like protect and stand up and get rights for their communities.
Yeah.
The brown students.
Ever since then, wait, there's been black undercovers that infiltrated the Black Panthers, and there was brown undercover officers that infiltrated like those organizations, the Latino organizations, where they were coordinating walkouts and they were coordinating protests. Like those are the same type of motherfuckers that are ICE agents today, way. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how anyone can do this job, way, but these motherfuckers, bro. Like, you look at their faces, way, like
te emputan, ¿verdad, güey?
Yeah, bro. It's like,
un vergazo, culero.
A ver si aguantas este vergazo, güey.
Bro, I swear, güey. Because our gente is under attack, güey. Our people are living in fear, bro. And they can't do nothing, güey. Like, there's a lot of people that are helpless. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I will say this, bro. I do walk around with a different energy, bro. Around these parts, around even when we're running business, way. Not like this like bad motherfucker vibe.
Just careful, man. They might these rough güeros out here. They might tie you up in the back of their lifted pickup truck.
I ain't walking around here naked, baby.
They're gonna drag you around as a souvenir, bro. Look what we found us here, boys.
A little tough bean. He ain't tough no more. No, fuck that, man. We gotta be ready, bro. Stay dangerous,
But you know what's crazy, way? I want to talk about Latino influencers and Latino artists and Latino podcasters. Way, bro. Why was it that that Chicano rappers or Latino rappers or rappers with Latino Chicano descent, they were so quick to say "fuck the police" way, and a lot of their songs, bro, a lot of their raps, "fuck the police" way,
fuck bitches,
fuck these hoes, you know, but. You can't even get these motherfuckers to say fuck ICE once way. You can't get these motherfuckers to say fuck la migra once way. Like, what is it with you? You drew the line at the officers that separate families.
Yeah.
So it's only fuck the police because they stop people from drug dealing and killing their own people in their own neighborhoods. Fuck the police for that, right? But you can't say fuck ICE for fucking separating good families, taking the dads out of the homes, taking the moms out of the homes, and leaving the kids with no guardian, unattended. That's where these motherfuckers draw the line with.
Yeah.
Now these motherfuckers are so quiet about everything, right? And that's just towards the fucking Latino Chicano rappers, way, because they're all tough when it comes to crimes and gang banging and selling drugs or this and that, but talk about families getting separated, and that's where the line's drawn out. We don't get involved with that.
I don't talk politics. Like,
I don't talk politics.
Damn, bro, you talked about bitches and hoes and fucking other people's baby mamas and this and that, but politics is where you draw the line. Like,
and a lot of these people that have platforms today, bro, they've been gang bangers before, they've been drug dealers before, they've been all this and that, right? And no shame on people that have done some shit like that and change their lives around, but don't come around supporting a fucking administration that is attacking our community because of the crimes you motherfuckers committed.
Yeah.
The
culture you helped create.
The things that are being said about our community, saying we're drug dealers, bad people,
violent
gangbangers,
crimes,
is the shit that a lot of these motherfuckers created, right? But now you want to join that team and leave us to deal with the bullshit you guys did. Yeah. That's the fucked up part, bro.
We're fighting a battle that we weren't even the ones that created it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But then these other Latino influencers, way.
What they do?
Well, they ain't talking about it.
Oh, they ain't saying shit. Way.
We see that is like, we see the same people talking about it, right? Like you mentioned, the Carlos Espina, Snow the Product. Shout out to Snow the Product. She's like the realest I should say the realest Latina artist out there.
That she has said it herself. She's lost money because of voicing herself, way.
But she's the solo out here. She's by herself out here.
The difference with Snow the Product and a lot of these other motherfuckers, way, is that she can afford to lose that little money that she lost, way. That's how big she is, bro. Some of these other motherfuckers, they don't even have the same amount of money that Snow the Product was able to lose due to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, and Snow the Product, like a lot of her supporters, way, that are like white, way, they're down with the culture, way. Like you see a lot of her like fans and stuff. They're down with the culture, way. They're down with what she's talking and all that stuff, man. So that's just the crowd that she attracts, or that's the crowd that she's created. Like, this is what I'm down with, and this is what I'm not down with.
I don't think Chicano rap would have been as big as it was. How can I even say it? Like, a lot of our generation before us and the ones a little bit after us, we fuck with Chicano rap so much, way, because they made us feel proud to be Mexican. They gave us that toughness to be like, yo, Mexican power type shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck anybody that doesn't like the raza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all this and that. Mexican gangsta and Mexican this and viva la raza.
Right.
This is for la raza. So it made us believe, like, bro, you're on our side. We as a team, we're all one team. You know what I mean? That fuck with one bean, you get the whole burrito type of shit, Now, thank God we got, the blindfold came off. we realize a lot of these motherfuckers are in it for themselves, way.
Yeah.
They ain't down for la raza, way. It's like that part in American Me, way, when the chick tells Santana, you know, something like, you lied. You really don't give a fuck about la raza or the revolucion. That's a lot of these motherfuckers, way.
Yeah, they fucking, yeah, they're all talk, way. They're all talk, and that's just the Chicano rap, which in reality today, they're not even that famous, way. You know, the influence they really have is very little, right? A lot of what they've done is the older stuff that they did in the 90s, early 2000s, right? But what we're seeing now too is that like the biggest influencers are like the TikTok influencers.
Yeah.
The you know, some of them are also on Instagram, and you see them constantly making videos of every random thing, right? Except what's happening in our community. Like you don't see them talk about the ICE raids. You don't see them talk about the discrimination. You don't see them talk about none of this. But it's like everything is heavy Latino this, Latina that, our culture this, our culture that, and everything is based on our culture. But you're just gonna sit there and ignore everything that we're dealing with right now. Right. People that have the biggest platforms, that could have the biggest reach, that you know can spark a change, way, that can help the conversation. They're not using it, way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they use our culture for everything, for all of their benefits, and then they stay quiet about what really affects us. And you know, during the whole election, bro, we actually saw a lot of influencers. There was a lot of Latino influencers that actually voted that way, bro.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Latino podcasters that voted that way, bro. It's like, again, it's some of
now they're putting sad emoji faces because people are getting deported away.
Now it's like, I swear I didn't. This is not what I voted for. I voted for cheaper eggs and cheaper gas prices.
Yeah.
It's like, I hope you're enjoying your eggs while you're watching all these families get separated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, if anyone for a second, if a Latino supporter for a second thinks that they're not going to get looked at as an immigrant or someone that doesn't belong in this country, then you're a fucking fool.
Yeah.
If you think someone's going to look at you and see you as like a all-American person, you're fucking lost, way. Like we like a realistic motherfucker. Yeah, we should feel American and we should live with no conditions out here and you know, no limits. But always know that motherfuckers are looking at you lesser than.
Yeah.
You know?
Or at least different than.
Different. Lesser some, but different mostly all.
Yeah.
But it's like, obviously don't have that victim mentality of like, I can't be nothing because no, don't have that. Like that, use that as fuel to chase more and to accomplish more. And I think that's something that fuels us with. Yeah. It's like the amount of racism that we've dealt with since we were kids is like the fuel that pushes us to chase more, to get more, to accomplish more. It's like,
and to get our kids more, you know what I mean? Like, not only us, like I said, I walk around with a different energy now, way, because I just know where the social, what do you call that, like temperatures at, or the vibes at. And so it's like, I keep in mind, like, I'm not that motherfucker that, you know what I mean? Like and I'm not saying I'm the baddest motherfucker in the world. I'm just saying, like, though I'm not the one that's gonna let you look at me like I'm lesser than, way. I'm gonna walk with my head up high.
Right.
If I'm taking my daughter to the movies, if I'm taking her to wherever, way, the stores, or with my girl, or at a restaurant, we're talking Spanish if we need to, you know. When I'm with my suegra, I don't have that thought of like, hay muchos güeros aquí, you know, and we're around these parts, like, let's not talk Spanish. None of that shit. Like, if motherfucker's gonna say some shit, you're gonna find the one that's gonna say it right back to you, way. You know what I mean? So we ain't walking around eggshells around you motherfuckers, way. You know, exactly. So, and there's some motherfuckers that are okay living that way, bro. You know, I guess some motherfuckers are okay with being treated as second-class citizens and still trying to be part of that crew. You know what I mean? It's like, I was never that guy that wanted to join the cool crew just to be one of the the less important members way.
Just to fit in.
Just to fit in.
Just to somehow look better. Like, oh, look at him. Like, I want to be the one that hangs out with the white guys because I'm different than the other Mexicans.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, white guys or jockeys or whatever the fuck, right?
Or the cool black guys.
The cool black guys.
The rappers.
I was never the dude to just join somebody just to fit in with. I'd rather make my own lane. I'd rather have my own crew. I'd rather even damn near be a loner than to be something or try to portray something that I don't even really feel that I am with. Yeah. So it's like that way, you know what I mean? And we're going to leave that at that. Shout out to everybody rocking with us. Shout out to everybody dropping the reviews, dropping all that love, sharing the podcast, y todo eso. This is your boy Lazy. I'm checking out, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everyone rocking with the pod. Stay up, man. Stay hustling. We out.